Hi there, in this screencast I'm going to solve a polynomial equation, and I'm also going to graph a polynomial function. Okay, in the first problem here I'm asked to solve the equation. So my first step is to always look at the constant and see what numbers I'm going to try using synthetic division. So I'm always going to try the numbers that are the factors of the constant. So for 12 I would have plus and minus 1, plus and minus 2, plus and minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, and plus or minus 12. Okay, so let me start with 1, trying 1. So I'm going to put the coefficients of the equation into a synthetic division chart. And I always start by bringing down the first number. I multiply and add. Negative 4, negative 12. Oh, so I do get a remainder of 0. So that means 1 is one of the solutions to the equation, and if I were asked to factor the equation, x minus 1 would be a factor. Okay, so if one number works, you should always try it a second time. So let me see, I'm going to try it again, and I use the output of the previous synthetic division. So let's see, hopefully this will work. Yes, it does. I just got a remainder of 0. So that means 1 is a double root and occurs twice in the solution. So let me try it a third time, because you really should keep trying something until it no longer works. Alright, now I can see it's not going to work. Alright, so that means I need to move on. So let me try negative 1. Let's see if negative 1 works. Alright, so negative 1. Nope, negative 1 does not work. Get a remainder of 2. So let me move on to 2. Nope, 2 doesn't work. Let me try negative 2. And I'm doing synthetic division here. Oh, I just found that negative 2 does work, because I got another remainder of 0. So that means negative 2 is also a solution. And once I get down to 3 terms with a remainder of 0, the easiest thing to do is just to factor. Write what you have as a trinomial and then factor it. So this would be 2 and x plus 3. Alright, so that means the solutions to the equation from these factors are negative 2 and negative 3. And the first few words in tonight's secret sentence are learning is a... Okay, so now I have all my solutions, and they are, I'm going to write them in a solution set notation: 1, negative 2, and negative 3. And if I were asked to write that in its the original equation as factored form, I would get f of x, oops, I'm sorry, that was an equation, not a function. It would be, let's see, x minus 1 times x minus 1 times x plus 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 3 equals 0. And that would be it. Because remember, I reverse the signs when I go from the solution to the equation, the number you use in synthetic division, to the actual factored form of the equation. Alright, now I'm asked to graph a polynomial function that's already in its factored form. So what am I going to do? I'm going to look at, I need to first find the degree of the function, so I need to add up the exponents. So let's see, that would be 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7, plus 5 is 12. And is that function even or odd? Well, if it's 12, 12 is obviously an even number. And let's see, what would the sign of the leading coefficient be? Okay, look at, I have a negative 3, so that's negative. And then even negative is down, down. The x-intercepts are negative 5, negative 3, 0, 2, and 4. Because remember, whenever you have x as a factor, that corresponds to an x-intercept of 0. So which ones are turning points? Let's see, that would be the first one, because it comes from a factor that has an even exponent, which is 2. Alright, so now I'm ready to graph my function. So the first thing I do is I graph the x-intercepts. Alright, and now I'm ready to draw the actual curve. So I'm starting in the down position, so I go up to the first x-intercept. Oh, it's a turning point, so I bounce off of it, turn around, go to the next one. That one I'm going to go straight through, turn around, go straight through the next one as well, and the next one, and the last one. And that's the shape of my curve. And I'm all finished. Oh, and fortunately the function does end up in the down position, so that gives me a little bit of confidence that I graphed it correctly. That's a good way to check your results. Alright, hope you found this helpful, and hopefully the Giants will win today. And the final word in the secret sentence is process. Alright, hopefully someone will watch this and get a good night's sleep. It's a 5-day week next week, so become prepared, ready to learn. Cheers!